You planned the perfect date. She complained about the restaurant. You surprised her with a gift. She said it was not what she wanted. You gave her space. She said you were distant. You got closer. She said you were suffocating her. You changed. You grew. You tried harder. And somehow, it was still not enough. If that sounds familiar, I need you to hear something clearly. The problem is not you. And the problem is not the relationship. The problem runs much deeper than that. In this video, we are going to break down the real psychology behind why some people simply cannot be satisfied. No matter what you do, no matter how much you give, no matter how hard you try. And by the end of this, you will finally understand what is actually going on. Let's get into it. You cannot make an internally unhappy person happy. Here is the most important thing in this entire video. So pay close attention. You cannot make an internally unhappy person happy. It is not possible. Not with more effort, not with more love, not with more sacrifice, not with more patience. Chronic unhappiness does not live in the relationship. It lives inside the person. And no amount of external effort can reach something that is rooted internally. You can pour everything you have into someone who carries that kind of emptiness and watch it disappear without a trace. Not because your effort was worthless, but because you were pouring into a vessel with a hole in the bottom. The men who spend years trying to fix an unfixable dissatisfaction are not weak. They are loyal. But loyalty directed at a problem that was never yours to solve is not love. It is self-destruction dressed up as devotion. Understanding this is not about blaming her. It is about seeing the situation clearly, because you cannot solve a problem you have misidentified. Constant criticism is a symptom, not the real problem. When nothing is ever good enough, when every solution creates a new complaint, when every effort is met with a new problem, you are not dealing with someone who has high standards. You are dealing with someone whose dissatisfaction lives below the surface. The criticism is just what it looks like on the outside. The real issue is deeper. It is older. It existed long before you came into the picture. Think about it. If the problem was actually the restaurant, fixing the restaurant would fix the problem. But it does not. Because the next complaint is already waiting, and the one after that, and the one after that. When the complaints never stop regardless of what changes, the complaints are not the problem. They are the symptom. And treating symptoms without addressing the root cause is why so many men spend years going in circles in relationships that never improve. Happiness patterns are learned early. Here is where it gets deep, and this part will change how you see a lot of things. The way a person experiences relationships as an adult is largely shaped by what they experienced as a child. The emotional environment they grew up in becomes their template for what feels normal, what feels familiar, what feels like home. If someone grew up in an environment of criticism, instability, or emotional unavailability, they may unconsciously recreate those dynamics in their adult relationships. Not on purpose, not to hurt anyone, but because the nervous system gravitates toward what it recognizes, even when what it recognizes is painful. This means the dissatisfaction she brings into your relationship may have nothing to do with you and everything to do with patterns formed long before she ever met you. You stepped into a story that was already written, and no amount of effort on your part rewrites someone else's internal script. Internal emptiness gets projected onto partners. This is one of the most common dynamics in relationships, and almost nobody talks about it directly. When someone carries internal emptiness, unresolved insecurities, unhealed wounds, a deep sense that something is missing, they often look to a relationship to fill that void. They believe that the right partner, the right love, the right relationship will finally make them feel whole. And at first it feels like it is working. The excitement of a new relationship temporarily fills the gap. But over time, the emptiness returns. And when it does, the relationship gets the blame. You get the blame. The target of the dissatisfaction changes. But the dissatisfaction itself never does. Because it was never about you. It was never about the relationship. It was about an internal wound that a relationship was never equipped to heal. Only she can do that work. And until she does, no partner will ever be enough. Comparison destroys contentment. Here is something that makes everything worse. and it is everywhere. We live in an era of endless comparison. Social media serves a constant stream of other people's highlight reels. The perfect couples, the perfect holidays, the perfect gestures. And when someone is already predisposed to dissatisfaction, this comparison becomes fuel for a fire that was already burning. She sees what other men apparently do for their partners. She sees the grand gestures, the perfect moments, the curated romance, and suddenly what you are doing, which may be genuine, consistent, and real, feels inadequate by comparison. But here is what comparison never shows you: the reality behind the highlight. The arguments, the resentments, the compromises, the ordinary Tuesday nights. Comparison is always between your reality and someone else's performance. And no real relationship can ever win that comparison, because real love was never designed to be a performance. The grass is always greener. You have probably seen this pattern before, maybe even lived it. Some people are convinced that what they want exists just around the corner: a better relationship, a better partner, a better life. Whatever they currently have loses its value the moment it is obtained. The excitement of pursuit disappears the moment it becomes reality. So, they leave. Or they stay but disengage. They start imagining what else is out there. And when they eventually get there, the cycle repeats. Because the grass was never actually greener. The problem was never the grass. The problem was the eyes doing the looking. You cannot be enough for someone who will always believe that more is available somewhere else. That is not a reflection of your value. That is a reflection of their inability to be present in anything real. Self-sabotage comes from familiarity. And this last one is perhaps the most painful to watch, because it makes no logical sense from the outside. Some people unconsciously sabotage good relationships, not because they do not want love, but because stability feels unfamiliar. Peace feels suspicious. Consistency feels boring. Their nervous system was calibrated in chaos, and calm does not feel like safety. It feels like something is wrong. So they create problems where there are none. They push away the people who show up consistently. They find reasons to be dissatisfied in situations that are objectively good. Because on some deep level, dysfunction is what feels like home. When someone sabotages your relationship, not because of what you did, but because of what they cannot tolerate, that is not something you can fix with more patience or more effort. That is a pattern that belongs entirely to them. And recognizing that is not giving up. It is finally seeing things as they actually are. So here's the bottom line. When nothing you do is ever enough, it is almost never about what you are doing. It is about what she is carrying. Chronic unhappiness that lives inside a person. Complaint patterns that are symptoms of something deeper. Childhood templates playing out in adult relationships. Internal voids being projected onto partners. Comparison destroying what is real. A belief that better always exists somewhere else. And self-sabotage rooted in a nervous system that never learned what healthy felt like. None of those things are yours to fix. You can be supportive. You can be patient. You can be present. But you cannot heal what someone has not decided to heal in themselves. And the sooner you understand that, the sooner you stop carrying weight that was never yours to carry. Now, I want to hear from you. Have you ever been in a situation where nothing you did was ever enough? Drop your experience in the comments. If this video gave you some clarity, give it a thumbs up and share it with someone who needs to hear this today. Subscribe to Decoded Minds for weekly videos on psychology, relationships, and what actually drives human behavior. And check out our other videos. There is a lot more where this came from. Thanks for watching. We will see you in the next one.